Now you know just how much I love doing budget RCs here on my channel. Today we've got another one. This is the HS18423. This is a 1/18 scale brushless truck and I cannot wait to test it out. So let's get straight into today's video. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the HS18423. This is a 1/18 scale truck and it does come as a brushless ready to run. Now this thing looks extremely good for the money. I cannot wait to get it out and give it a test run. Right, so let's take a quick look at what we get in the box and then we'll take a closer look at the truck itself. Now we get a USB charger. This is pretty much your standard stuff that you get on these cheap ready to run cars. It does have a power output of 1000 milliamps an hour. So it should take us about an hour and a half to charge this 1500 milliamp 2S lithium ion pack. And they do state on the box this should give us about 40 minutes of runtime. And I'm very interested to see if that will do exactly that. Now you do get quite a basic black and white manual. And this does cover all the basic things, all the essential things you need to know to get you up and running. Now when it comes to the transmitter, it's not too bad at all. I have seen this before on another Hospeed model. Not too bad, feels quite nice to hold. It doesn't feel too cheap. We get a nice foam grip on the wheel there. We get like a carbon effect, which I quite like. You do have the ability to adjust your steering trim, steering dual rate, and you can adjust your speed as well. You can turn the throttle up and down, which is ideal for someone who's quite new to RC, and you'll be able to keep this thing under control, and then you can turn it up when you feel a little bit more comfortable. So we've had a look at what we get in the box. I think there's only one thing left to do, and that is to have a look at the little truck itself. It looks really, really good. I cannot wait to show you guys, so let's do that now. And here we go then. Now I think this thing looks great. I'm a massive fan of the colour scheme on this. I'm really liking the blue colour. Now you can get this in a variety of different colours. I do believe they sell this in yellow and in red as well. But for me, I think the blue looks great, and that is definitely my favourite. Now we get a front bumper with LEDs, and we also get a rear bumper with a really, really nice black wing. Now we'll take a quick look under the body shell and then we'll head out and see how this thing performs. So let's talk about the electronics first of all then. So we've got a 40 amp brushless ESC. We've got a 2435 4000 kV brushless motor. And that thing is quite small, but I've got a feeling, even though it's small, it's going to be quite powerful. We've got a 3-wire servo, which is always nice to see on these cheap RCs because a lot of the time you do get a 5-wire servo, which does make it hard if you do decide you want to upgrade at a later date. Now, even though this is a cheap RC, we do get a lot of metal components. We've got metal drive shafts, we've got ball bearings throughout, we've got a metal centre drive shaft as well, but we can't quite see it clearly because there's quite a bit of plastic in our way. And I believe we've also got metal diffs as well, and a chassis plate underneath. This thing has a lot of metal components, and at this price, it is very, very good value. Now, this does come with friction shocks, and I do think this is going to be a little bit bouncy when we test this in an off-road setting. Now I think on-road this is going to perform absolutely fine, but we'll see later on when we get this out for its test run. Now let's talk about these tyres then, because they are quite a firm compound. Now I cannot wait to see how these perform off-road and on-road. Now if you were wondering where the battery goes, as you can see I did just undo a screw. We then remove this cover, and this is where your battery will sit. You can feed the wires through the little cutout there, and then you can put the cover back on and screw it back down. Now if you're out in the field, you're going to have to remember to carry a screwdriver with you if you do want to use that screw. A little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. So we've had a look at what we get in the box. We've also talked about some of the nice features that this truck comes with. I think there's only one thing left to do, and that is to get this thing out, and we'll see how it performs. So let's do it. I'll see you in a moment. Right then guys, so let's give this thing a little test. Now, like I said previously in the video, the tyres are quite a firm compound. And I think on a surface like this, don't think we're going to get a huge amount of traction. And straight away, I can already feel this thing slipping around. Now, that brushless system, initial thoughts, it's a nice amount of power. It definitely feels a lot nicer than some of the other 1/18 scale brushed models that I've tried in the past. It does feel quite quick as well. Now, unfortunately, I won't be doing a speed test on this today, as I'm waiting for my new GPS, my SkyRC GPS to turn up. But for a car of this size, it definitely feels quite nippy. Now we're going to run this here for a little while, and then we're going to move over to the off-road area, and we're going to see how it performs there. We're not going to do anything too crazy with this today. I was tempted to take it to the skate park, but then I thought to myself, you know, anyone who buys one of these is more than likely going to use it, you know, as a backyard basher maybe, or potentially, you know, this could be a really good model for the kids. Very enjoyable little RC. Now we're running on a hard surface here, as you can see, and the shocks do feel a little bit bouncy already. Now I think we're really going to notice how bouncy they actually are when we head over to the dirt area. But please don't let that put you off, because, you know, I've had similar cars to this before, and with a very cheap set of upgrade shocks, oil-filled shocks, you can turn these things into seriously good off-road bashers. So please don't rule this out if you're not a fan of the shocks. Guys, what we'll do is we'll pack up and head over to the off-road area, and we'll find out how this little truck performs in an off-road setting. I'm very excited to do this because I think this thing has got a lot of potential. It looks absolutely great, and I think this is going to get on really well off-road. So let's do it. Now, one of the things you notice straight away on this bumpy surface are those shocks. They're very, very bouncy, which is sort of what I expected. But again, like I say, with a very cheap upgrade, if necessary, you know, you can fit a set of oil-filled shocks, and they will make this thing perform so much more better. That's just my opinion. But if this is just going to be a cheap, you know, backyard basher just to have some fun with, you're probably going to be okay. Yeah, I'm very impressed with this little thing, and having that brushless power there as well is very nice. So there we go then, guys. So this performed really well today. We tried it out on multiple different surfaces, and I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised with how well this performed. Now, having the brushless setup in this definitely comes in handy. You can definitely feel the extra power, and comparing this to other 1/18 scale models I've tried in the past, this is definitely the best one so far. I think if you are looking for a cheap RC, maybe just to get you into the RC hobby, this could potentially be a very good option. If you're looking for a cheap backyard basher or something you can take out in your garden, again, I think this could potentially be a very good option for you. And also, this could also be a good option for the kids as well when you go out bashing. So we're going to leave the video there today. I really hope you enjoyed seeing this little 1/18 scale truck in action. Now, I was really surprised with how it performed. The brushless setup is nice and powerful. Overall, this is a great little performer. Now, if you're looking for a backyard basher, I think this is going to be a very good option for you. If you're looking for a cheap RC for the kids, again, I think this is going to be a great option. Now, I'm interested to hear what you make of this, so feel free to drop a comment down below and let me know what you think of this little truck. Apart from that, we're going to leave it there today. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you again soon on the next one. Take care.